Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Karen and I am a micro influencer on Instagram, and I also post content here on YouTube. So for the past few times that I've been here posting content, I've been focusing on multi-level marketing, also known as direct selling, pyramid schemes, scams, however you want to call them. Basically awareness, bringing awareness to people. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. So last time we discussed something super important. We went over 10 questions, 10 essential questions that you should ask an MLM recruiter or distributor when they're being when they present you with the opportunity to join their business in a multi-level marketing company. So once you are presented with the opportunity, you ask those questions. Now you're like, okay, should I join the business? Should I not? What are my chances of being successful? And even if you're not entirely comfortable with the answers that you received from the distributor or the recruiter about the questions you asked them, you should still continue to hold on for a little bit and keep thinking, like, is this good for me? Is this something that I really want to do? And in order to help you take a better choice for yourself, a better decision, it is important that you ask yourself, how successful am I going to be in this company? Is this for me? Is this really for me? Is this something I really want to do? And to close that question, that big question, it's important that you understand the success rate in general, of any multi-level marketing company. What are my chances of making it to the top, of making money, of making a decent income that I can probably quit my 9-to-5 job, like a lot of people in my social media or around my life do? Is this something that I really want to pursue? So in order to answer that question, we're going to take a very in-depth look at a very interesting research that somebody did, and that was actually posted on the FTC website, of how reliable it is. So we're going to go in depth into that, and we're going to be analyzing a few key points, a few details about this research. So let's dig in. So the research that I am referring to is a huge book that this person called John M. Taylor wrote. He's a very famous PhD, MBA degree holder in the field of consumerism, in the field of multi-level marketing, and the study of direct selling and such. And he also, if you've never heard of him, he also founded the Consumer Awareness Institute. That's how big he is. Like, he's big in the study of this field. That's why I want to bring in his example and his research into this video, in order to answer your question of how successful you think you might be, or in general, how successful people are in multi-level marketing companies. So John M. Taylor's research was so good, so detailed, so rich in the field of multi-level marketing businesses, that the FTC recognized his work, and they even posted it in the website as like a huge guide for you to like read and look at if you want more information about direct selling, pyramid schemes, and all these companies that have the pyramid structure in order to sell their products or their services as the multi-level marketing strategy. So this was posted in the FTC website in 2011. So we're going to, okay, I know we're in 2020. Why are we looking at 2011 stuff? But it's important because MLM companies have been around for a really long time. As I've discussed in my previous videos, they've been around since the early 1930s, and it's 2020. And we're still seeing these companies out there, people joining them, people, the same vicious cycle. And we just need to break that cycle. We just need to bring awareness to this topic for people so they can make more informative decisions about joining these companies. Because like I've mentioned before, it's not all great. It's not all great. So it's important for you to know the good, the bads, the benefits, the disadvantages, everything, all of it. You just need to know all of it. And I am here for you, and this is what we're doing today. So let's dig in. So just so you know a little bit of background about why John M. Taylor is such a good example, such a good model of research for people to guide themselves when it comes to multi-level marketing companies. And it is because he not only does he have the education, he holds a master in business administration. He also has a PhD in the field, not just because of his education, but because he also joined an MLM business in his lifetime. And basically he experimented with himself. He, at one point, as he narrates in the book, at one point he has a master's in business administration, so he thought he wanted to be a business owner, and he opened a lot of businesses. A lot of them failed, or many of them were successful, but he just was stressed with the idea of being a business owner, and he ended up selling the business to other people and just opening businesses, creating them, making them successful, and then selling them. And then he continued that cycle for a really long time, until he came across a friend that was in a multi-level marketing business. And that friend presented him with the opportunity to join the MLM. And like I've mentioned before, your close friends and your families are going to be one of the many people that are going to present you with an MLM opportunity. And this was the case for John M. Taylor. It was a friend that was in the MLM. John M. Taylor was presented with the opportunity to join the MLM, and here he is. So the MLM that he joined was called Nu Skin. If you don't know Nu Skin is a skincare company. More specifically, they focus on anti-aging products. So it's a multi-level marketing company that focuses on anti-aging skincare products. So John M. Taylor joined that MLM because he said he was pressured by his friend. His friend was so convincing, and it was just like an instigation, like, oh my God, can you please just leave me alone? So he just ended up joining the MLM. But he joined the MLM with one condition. He said that if he joins the MLM and he's able to make the amount of money that his friend is saying, because his friend was telling him, join the company. If you're successful and you make it to the top, you can potentially make $750,000 a year. Are you kidding me? Do you even hear that phrase? $750,000 a year? I can't even think of anybody that makes that amount of money. A regular person, other than like billionaires and stuff. But $750? That's a pretty big 6-figure income. So, I don't want to say that John M. Taylor was encouraged by the large income that he could potentially earn if he joined the MLM, but his friend was very convincing. And that's just a lesson for us. Our friends and our families that participate in these MLM programs, they can be very convincing. So you have to, just friend, family member, please tone it down a bit. It's like crazy how convincing these people could be. And it happens. You can be convinced into an MLM. But let's see what kept happening to John M. Taylor. So his friend was very insistent on joining the business. John M. Taylor ended up joining the business because his friend pressured him to. And he also, John M. Taylor said to himself, okay, if it's true that I can make $750,000 a year potentially, then I can make a life out of that. I can potentially live with that money. Great. But if it doesn't end up working out, I am going to tell the whole world about it. The whole world. I was so shocked when I read that in the book. It was like, what? Wow, that's really insane. It's either you're going to be successful and you're going to live with the money that you earn, and if you're not successful, you're going to tell the whole world about it. That's pretty intense. So let's see what keeps happening to his life. So once he's in the MLM, you know, he said he was going to join the MLM as a test. So he gave himself a year. And he said, in that year, I'm going to work as hard as I can in this Nu Skin company, and I am going to try to reach the top. And he did. He reached to the very top. And I don't think he made the potential $750. I don't think he quite got there. But he was making a pretty decent amount of money. But he quickly realized that it was a very weird cycle. Like, he had to constantly keep recruiting people, constantly pitch the fact that the same pitch that his friend pitched to him at the beginning, like, oh, you could potentially make $750,000 a year, join Nu Skin. Like, the same pitch, he had to do it over and over again everywhere he goes, to the supermarket, to the barbershop, to wherever he goes. He had to pitch the same idea to everyone he meets. And when I was reading that, I kind of felt the vibe that he was kind of getting tired of it. Like, the more up in the pyramid he gets, like, the more he had to, like, constantly keep harassing people and, like, pitching this idea to people that not even him was probably at the level that they told him that he could have been if he joined the MLM. So, and not only that, he also said that at one point, his wife gave him an ultimatum. His wife said, hey, I don't like the fact that you are investing so much money for very little compensation. Like, apparently in Nu Skin, the amount of money that he was earning was very like insignificant to the amount of money that he was spending, because as I discussed in my last video, you have expenses. You have to spend money, invest money in order to make money in the MLM. And not only that, you also have to pay taxes on the big chunk of money. If you make a big chunk of money, at the end of the year, you have to pay taxes. So, you know, how much money are you really making? So apparently the wife saw that it was not working out. She gave him an ultimatum. She said, I am going to leave you if you don't leave this MLM company. And so, you know, he analyzed his life. Pretty much, he loved his wife, and he ended up leaving the MLM. And he said he left because he was spending, listen to this, he was spending $1,200 every month on just expenses. He had to spend $1,200 every month to purchase 5 packages from Nu Skin to be able to give it to people that join the MLM as like starter kits. So you had to go purchase the starter kit, and then, you know, you have to like use that to bring in more people under your team or your downline so that you can, you know, step up in the pyramid. So he realized that was not working out. It was too much money per month to be, that's like what? That's like $14,000 in one whole year. Just in expenses. Just expenses. That means no taxes yet. So let's say, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if he was making the $750,000 that he was promised that he would potentially earn, but I assume he did reach the 6 figures. So imagine how much taxes you have to pay if you earn 6 figures. Like, I don't even want to know. Like, I really don't know. So the money that he was making, minus the expenses, minus the taxes, it was probably not enough to maintain the life of him and his wife and his kids. The wife got tired. She told him about it. He decided to quit. It's over. So now what happens? Remember what I said he said in his book? If he was successful, he was going to live with being successful. But if he was unsuccessful, he was going to tell the whole world about it. Well, this book is a live proof that he's telling the whole world about it, because he's including himself in the book as an example of how successful and how unsuccessful you can be in an MLM. At the very beginning, everything is, oh my God, I'm feeling this energy, I'm feeling pumped. Let's move it, let's recruit people, let's sell these products. But then it gets to a point where you start to lose. And not only that, now that I remember, in the book, he mentioned that his wife also said that not only he was losing money or investing way too much money in this MLM, he was also losing friendships. He saw the way he was, the way John was behaving when they were with friends and family. Like, all he wanted to talk about was the business. He wanted to talk about nothing else. He just wanted to pitch the idea of the business to every single person in the family, to every single friend. That's like a little tiring. Like, if I'm at a party, if I'm at a social event, and if I invite you to go to a bar to have drinks, all you want to talk about is this MLM opportunity, like, that's a little, like, over the top. Like, just stop talking. Like, these MLM people, all they want to talk about is that. Like, don't you have anything going on in your life? Anything else? Like, when are you getting married? When are you having kids? Like, are you going back to school? Like, just tell me something else that is not about this pyramid selling junk. I'm sorry, but it's true. All you want to talk about is that. And in every situation, they want to turn it into an MLM situation. Like, ooh, look how pretty that plant is. Oh yeah, I have so many plants at my house. Like, thank God I work for an MLM and I have the time to take care of my plants. Like, every little situation you tell them, they turn it into an MLM situation. I'm like, oh my God, just relax. Can I just talk about something without you having to bring up this company? Like, I know I have you on social media already. I know you do that business already. Like, when I meet with you in person, I want to be with you in person, not you talking about that. It's just so exhausting. So exhausting to have friends and family and like people around you just talking about that the whole time. It's just exhausting. Essentially, after the 1 year mark, John M. Taylor just decided to quit No Skin, and he did make it to the top 1% of the pyramid. And like I said, he was spending $1,200 a month in expenses. And all of that led him to the extensive research that we have that we're discussing right now. So that was just a little bit of background on why not only he has the education to talk about this, but he also has the personal experience to talk about this, to talk about how multi-level marketing business are successful enough for you to join or unsuccessful enough for you to say that this is not for me. So in conclusion, I don't want to bore you guys with all this because this is a very, very extensive book he wrote. It was very, very detailed. I didn't get through it all, but it's very interesting. And at some point, I'm going to finish reading it of how interesting it is. But the purposes of this video today, we're talking about how successful can you be in a multi-level marketing company. I just have a few conclusions based on the book. And the number one interesting thing that I found in the book is that John M. Taylor says, how successful can you be in an MLM? So he says the answer is not pretty. And at that point on the very first page of the book, not on the very first page, I think it was chapter 9. I'm gonna link it down below, I don't remember. But he says the answer is not pretty. Like, when you ask people how successful you are in an MLM business, the answer is not pretty. And it's true. Like I said, he said he was spending $1,200 a month on expenses, just on expenses. And that's like pretty big. Just on skincare products? $1,200 a month on skincare products? Oh God, okay, whatever. And so the second interesting thing that I found in his book is that today, or not today, but back when the book was published in 2011, there were 350 MLM companies like existing. And out of the 350, he realized that 100% of them are recruitment based. So what does that mean? That means that every MLM No matter how otherwise people tell you, every MLM needs to recruit people in order to grow the business. It's never. I think you're never going to find an MLM where people are just focused on selling products the whole time, and 100% of the income is based on just selling products. I really don't think that exists. Every single MLM company needs to recruit more people so that they can grow the business, and so that the people from the bottom can go to the top if they can. Very unlikely, but that's just how it works. And that was pretty shocking to me, because I remember in one of my previous videos I said, oh, because I wanted to be all positive and stuff, and like think very positive about multi-level marketing. But like, the more I research, the more I make videos to show you guys all the research that I've done, at the same time I am convincing myself that multi-level marketing companies are really they're very predatory. Like they just want people. They just want you and your money. They don't want anything else. They don't. Even though they pitch other stuff like, oh, you can gain friends, you can join this powerful group, this powerful team of empowered women that are going to be, part of your team, that are going to like give you this sense of community and stuff. But all of that can kind of be true. I'm not gonna say that people don't make friends in MLMs. I'm sure there's a lot of people that do make friends in MLMs, but the main thing about multi-level marketing companies is that they need to recruit. And that's why you see so many people now in social media just messaging you out of nowhere, people that you don't even know, trying to like get you into the business. So I just came with that conclusion. Like, I just wanted to think positive about MLM companies, but it's like, no, all they want is you and your money. That's it. And once they have that, you basically mean nothing. If you don't make it to the top, which you won't. So what's the point of joining something that is designed in a way for you to stay at the bottom every time, all the time, forever? It's very hard to succeed in an MLM. I don't even know how people just decide to join. I really don't. But whatever. Also, another interesting thing about the book that John M. Taylor said is that the people at the top promoters, earn commission from the 99% of people at the bottom that lose their money. So you see that little investment that MLM companies tell you have to invest? All you need is $50 to get your starter kit, or $200 so that you can buy the products, try them, and then in a month, if you like them, you can join the company. Like, that money, that's the money that they used to give bonuses to the people on top, to the people that recruited you, and so on and so forth to the top of the pyramid. So that's very, very interesting that he said that, because he was at the top, so he knows that the bonuses that he earned in Nu Skin were from the people that lost their initial investment money. So sad. Another interesting point that I found on the book that John M. Taylor mentioned is that the small businesses failure rate is 39%. So if you decide that you want to be a business owner, that you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to start your own thing, your chances of failing is 39%. That's pretty decent. But when it comes to multi-level marketing companies, what is the failure rate? He says is 99%. So what does that tell you? It tells you that you can be more successful at starting your own company, being an entrepreneur. You're going to be more successful than joining an MLM company where the product is already designed, where the structure is already designed. Everything is already designed. All you have to do is put in your money, your time, and your energy to promote the product and earn some money, potentially. Your chances of failing in an MLM is 99% compared to 39% if you decide to open your own business. So shout out to all my friends and family who have started their own companies, their own businesses, in the photography business, in the food industry business, in the DJing business, in the events and weddings and special moments industry. All of you out there who are hustling, who are trying to do your own thing and have your name and your trademark across everything on your own company, that is really great. You're doing great. You don't need to join an MLM business to generate some income and at the same time do something that you love, so that was very shocking for me to know that statistics, that compared to 39% compared to 99% is a pretty big difference. So just think about it. Just share it with your families, with your friends, with your acquaintances, everybody around you. This is really important. It's so now that we know how successful can you be at a multi-level marketing company, which is 1% successful if you make it to the top. Tell me, are you going to join the MLM or are you going to decline the MLM? It's really up to you. I can't tell you what to do, but all I can do is do what I'm doing right now. Find reliable research from reliable sources, put it out there, encourage you to watch this video, to read the research, to analyze your life and see if an MLM opportunity is really for you. If you ask me, any MLM opportunity is no good for anybody. No good for anybody when it comes to success rate. Now, a lot of people join MLMs because of so many other reasons. And, everybody just makes their own decision. Everybody is responsible for their own actions in the MLM. We can't do anything about it. All we can do is just keep doing what I'm doing right now, which is encourage you to watch my videos, and I will continue to post multi-level marketing awareness content, because this is a pandemic. This is something that it's all over social media, and it can't be that everyone who joins an MLM opportunity is pitched with the same idea that you can make it to the top, that you can get a free car, that you can have vacations as much as you want, that you can have a 6-figure income. All of that is great, but not everybody makes it. Not everybody is successful. Not everybody is able to achieve those things. And just the fact that you pitch those things that you probably haven't achieved, and I'm talking to you, any recruiter, any distributor of an MLM company trying to recruit more people every day, you probably haven't even achieved the things that you're trying to pitch to people. So why are you giving people the hope of something that you don't have yourself in your hand? And that bothers me. That really bothers me. It's not nice. It's not nice for anybody. And you just have to have a really dark and dishonest heart to pitch these delusional ideas to people. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way of life. And we just have to adapt to that. We just have to adapt to the fact that MLM companies will be around for a really long time. And despite the efforts of the FTC and the anti-MLM group to shut these people down, they're still going to be out there. And we just have to live with the fact that all we can do is make sure that an MLM opportunity is right for us. That's it. So with that, I am going to leave you today. And make sure that you subscribe if you're new, and if you've been lingering here for a while and you haven't subscribe as well. Share this video with everyone around you, everyone you think will benefit from this, even if they have joined the MLM already, or if they're thinking about it, or if they haven't joined the MLM. Just share it with them. It's very, very important information. We are going to save many lives. We're probably not doctors, putting stitches and doing surgeries, but we can save lives by just sharing a little bit of this small piece of information to everyone. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for been here with me today, and I will see you all in my next video.